Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 147 for November 14th, 2021. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
And my name is James Baker.
Welcome back, James.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
You're more than welcome.
Good to see you. Good to see
you. Always good to chat about things that we have to chat about with you.
Of course.
You always have the best background as well.
I know. That's the reason why we get you on there.
I'd like to take full credit for it, but it is totally Faith's doing.
I know it is. I know.
So she designed your set, and then
she designed the set. Yeah, she gives me my bonsai clipping scissors to fidget in my hand, and then I'm off to the race.
Was that it? All right, okay. Mm-hmm. She does most. She writes your material as well, doesn't she?
She does. She's sitting over there. She's sitting over there with a clipboard and a laptop.
So let me get this
right, Dad, and go.
We're winging it, and you've got a production assistant.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Okay. Good to know where we stand. That's fine.
That's good.
I don't even get water. I've got to go and get this myself. Ridiculous. Shall we bury the lead in true Super Kelly Brothers style and talk about something completely different and completely ignore the main story, which of course is Disney Plus days? We'll get to that in just a wee minute. Just for a bit, yeah. So there was a notice that came out that both Steam Deck and Playdate, two eagerly anticipated bits of hardware for gaming, have been delayed until next year.
Do you know what these are, James?
No, I'm going to be the everyman here, so fill me in, please.
Okay, so these are the Playdate is a wee handheld thing, and it looks like a wee retro handheld thing, but it's got a crank at the side.
Wow.
See it there, wee yellow thing, and you can reverse time and forward time with the crank on one of the games. And it's really pretty quirky, and the games are dead simple. You buy this system and you get a game downloaded every month, I think it is. Is it every month?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's only going to ever release 12 games or something, and then that's it. But then after that, it's got a development kit and people can release their own games on it. They can make their own games. So it's pretty funky.
Is it here?
It's pretty cool.
Really cool.
Yeah. It's dead different as well. Aye, I think it's about 170 quid, something like that. Which is quite expensive.
I'm not as interested.
It's quite expensive for what it is.
How much is the latest Oculus thing? 300 quid?
300. Yeah.
I mean, so it's designed by the same people that make synthesizers, and they have the most beautiful. They have these pieces of art that happen to be synthesizers as well. And it's designed by the same company that does that.
Teenage Electronics or something.
Teenage Electronics, yeah. So
and the games are made by. Do you remember the game Untitled Goose Game that was out at all? Do you remember that game?
No.
It was dead quirky. It was brilliant, and the games are sort of designed by the people that made that game. So
like this thing here is just delightful. It's very, very minimalist. It's really nice. I love their stuff.
So, what's the name in the Loki TV show? I can't remember the name of the organization that looks after time.
The TVA, the Time Variant Authority.
It looks like their tech.
It does actually. You're right. Tech. It does. Yeah, it looks retro, doesn't it?
I like it. And if you said that's 50 or 60 quid, I'd be like, I'll probably get a couple.
Yeah.
But
I think
I'm not sure where to go.
Yeah, it's a wee bit dear, I think. There you go, 179 US. So I don't know what that'll probably equate to 179
pounds, probably. Yeah.
Usual rip off Britain, But I'd say maybe it should be the kind of £100 scale would be, a bit more. But I don't know. It's quirky and stuff. It's been delayed, as Sloan says, which is
it's been delayed.
Shame.
Yeah.
And the other one that you've ordered, actually, the Steam Deck.
I have. Well, I've not. Well, I guess I have ordered it, but it's
ordered it
pre-ordered it, and so everybody who pre-ordered the Steam Deck is. I'll show you in just a sec. This is the email that went around. It was also on the website as well. They're basically saying that if you ordered it, if you did the pre-order, then they were doing it in sort of tranches. And the first tranche, you would have got it at the end of December this year, beginning of January next year. And now they're saying it's going to be like end of February for the first tranche, which probably means that it's going to be April, May or something by the time I get my hands on it. Maybe. So we'll see what happens there.
The Steam Deck is basically a handheld, like a Switch, but it's all the PC games. So it's
right, okay.
So you can actually plug it into like a keyboard and a monitor, and it's a fully functional PC.
Wow.
As well. Aye, but
that sounds
it's pretty powerful.
A lot more expensive.
It is.
It's.
I think it's $650. I think for the base unit, and it goes all the way up to like $899 for the sort of Wahoo model. Yeah.
So see those wee pads. See the wee pad things. They're like mouse pads.
Mouse input.
So they act like a mouse. So when if you're playing like a running gun, not a running gun, a first person shooter, you could do it like a kind of.
It's also got an accelerometer as well. So if you're doing like a first person shooter, you can like lean out like that, and it'll lean out with you, which is kind of cool.
So who's the audience for the Playdate?
Collectors, I would say. I think. Do you know
hipsters?
Aye.
People who like artisanal coffee.
Yeah.
With the fancy coffee
as opposed to the big tub of Kirkland coffee that you and I would maybe get.
So what about this? What is it called? Steam?
And Jody.
And me. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
so
keen.
What about the other one? Who's the audience? Who's the audience for that?
For Steam Deck, I think it's people who want to play portable. Who want to play PC games on the go. But there is a bit of a caveat with that. It's not going to be modern video games. And somebody pointed out you could buy an equivalent PC for about $600, and it would run all the games that the Steam Deck does. But that's not the point. The people who are saying that are kind of missing the point. It's the fact that you can take that and then play that on the train or an airplane or whatever it is you go in. And that's the important part of it. The fact that it turns into a fully functioning PC at the end when you get to your destination is pretty damn good. So all you need is like a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse, and then that's it. You've got a PC, which is like that size, which is much smaller than a laptop. And you can plug it into the TV. All you need is an HDMI cable. So it's a nice bit of kit.
The image will upscale easy. There'll be no kind of.
Yeah, I think it upscales to 1080p. I don't know if it goes beyond that, but it certainly does upscale to 1080p. So really I think it's 720 in the handheld.
Quite funky.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the Game Pass, for Xbox, but it's on the PC, right? And Danny got the latest Forza 5 on there, and it runs perfectly fine.
Forza.
And it runs perfectly fine on there. So I'd imagine it would run fine on that as well.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Funky. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Two pieces of tech I didn't know were coming.
Hitting around,
didn't know I wanted.
Pretty good. Exactly. Jillian.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Sorry, James.
Cost me money every time.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It was Sky Glass last time I was on.
That's right, I know. Yeah.
So, have you ordered Sky Glass then, Jody?
Pre-ordered it, aye. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah. I got an email through saying that there was a lot of demand for it, and they'll get back to me, basically. So
right.
I don't think I'll see one this side of Christmas.
Yeah.
You won't? Right, okay.
No. The other problem is supply chain issues, which is part of one of the things that's plaguing the Steam Deck and the Playdate consoles is can't get the parts. So, okay. In other news, and I think this is interesting. Peter Jackson Sir Peter Jackson, famous
Is
New
he?
Zealand person. Yes, sir.
Really?
Sir Peter. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right. I believe you. Oh, going to prove it.
Prove it.
For all
Doctor Sir
the
Peter.
podcast listeners, Sloan's typing in.
There you go.
Peter Jackson.
Sir Peter Jackson. There you go.
Wow, I did not know that.
There you go.
There you
go. Sir Peter Jackson has sold his visual effects company Weta, which is named after a small insect found in New Zealand, to Unity, which is a 3D game engine maker similar to Unreal Engine, which is why I think this purchase is important, for $1.6 billion. Now, it has to still be approved by the New Zealand Regulatory Commission Board thing, but if it goes through, he's going to get $1.6 billion for this special effects company. So it's a special effects company behind the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies, as well as a whole bunch of other features. But what I find interesting in this is the fact that Unreal and their stagecraft thing has made inroads into entertainment through the volume with the Mandalorian, Mando. And I think this is what Unity's doing as well, is they're making a play for entertainment as well. They're saying, oh, look, we can do the same thing, but we can do it inside the Unity engine. And I think that's the real reason why they're doing that.
Do you think?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
why not?
Right. It's a weird one, isn't it? Why
Unity buying them?
Yeah. Why would they? I mean, why would they? I mean, that's just your theory. I wonder what the reason would be for Unity to buy Weta and for him to sell it.
Well, so Peter Jackson said, together Unity and Weta Digital can create pathway for any artist from any industry to be able to leverage these incredible creative and powerful tools. So basically, they're going to incorporate all this stuff inside the Unity game engine.
By the way, Unity's free, James. You don't need to spend any money on it.
No.
Unity's like a programming sort of to make games.
Yeah, you can make games
game
with
engine,
it. I mean,
basically.
People use it for visualization now as well, and special effects and so on. In fact, it was featured in the movie Passengers. They used it in that movie for the bit where they would grab like a pad. Did anyone see Passengers? It was a terrible movie, but when they would grab a pad and they would like doop 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 doop, and then the door would open. That was actually all done with Arduinos in the background, and it was like a front end was all built in Unity. So it was actually the actors would push a button and something would actually happen. So it was really clever the way they did it. Which kind of proves how close to this kind of stuff we can get.
So they're obviously wanting to make inroads into making movies and special effects.
Yeah, there you go. They'll be able to make this. So this is what I'm saying, but it's not really my theory. It's kind of what I ripped off of this thing here, but I'm kind of extrapolating is they're trying to go into the volume type stuff. They'll be able to make this technology available to filmmakers. It's really going to be a disruptive deal and be beneficial to creatives all around the world. I think they're gonna start making a play for the volume type stuff. So
I think I might have to come out and come back in because my pictures went all juddery again. Is that okay?
Judder, sure.
Judder. Right, 2 seconds.
Right, now that he's gone, we can talk about him behind his back.
No, did you do that? No, I was looking up. I looked up Weta there because I remember going to the wee shop down the road here years ago when it was a video shop and looking at Bad Taste. Obviously, one of Peter Jackson's either first or one of his first movies. And I thought Weta was a thing from back then, but I just looked online there and it's not. It's from 1993. It was created, and it's definitely like a digital thing. So
I think it started off. So the Weta workshop itself, I think, started off as being physical props, and I don't know if it was called Weta back then, but that was certainly like all the critters. I think as well was made there, and the frighteners, all that kind of stuff. All that was all the kind of practical effects. Because basically, I think Peter Jackson was looking at and I think maybe this is kind of where I'm getting this from as well, is he was in New Zealand and he was looking at George Lucas and George Lucas had created ILM and he's like, well, I want to create like special effects for my movies, but I can't afford ILM. I'll just create my own. And so that's kind of where that also kind of my thinking factors into, is that I think that this is actually quite a good deal, because Weta Digital can now utilize a game engine which they didn't have before.
It's called Weta Digital, and I'm just wondering, was it called Weta in the first place?
I think so, yeah. I think the original team was called Weta, and it was all practical effects. And then this new mob, they got more into digital.
They changed when Lord of the Rings, they adapted when Lord of the Rings came out. Remember the big, thick box sets that you got with Lord of the Rings and Two Towers? And it was actually to do the skin for Gollum, the kind of developing the Gollum character, and to do the skin. They're like, how do you get the opacity of the skin and stuff like that? Because what they wanted, obviously, the kind of thin skin, so you could almost see the kind of layers underneath the veins and stuff.
Yeah, the skin's translucent. It's not.
Aye. So it was the layers and layers that they kind of worked on, and then obviously the other big leap that they made was the crowd thing. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like creating all these armies that were just digital armies and some leggies.
It does mention, I think it's in the Unity one. 3D.
That was a big one. All these kind of armies looking as if they were all individual people, but they were all,
I think I remember noticing that the biggest, or the most effective, was the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Oh yes,
Those massive armies.
This is what it gets. It gets Manuka, which is the flagship path tracing renderer that allows you to generate final frames and physically accurate results based on specific spectral lighting. So again, very, very highly techy. Gazebo, another renderer. Loki, which is the physics-based simulation. Koru, which is the advanced puppet rigging, which Unity is not very good at. Facial technology as well, which is great. Barbershop, which is all about hair. Tissue, which is the thing you were talking about earlier on about the translucency. Apteryx, which provides artists with a complete workflow starting with procedural generation of feathers, which is also huge. Because if you can get that into a video game, that means that let's say you're doing a bird character. If it's procedural generation, all you need to do is you need to tell it the formula, and then you store that with the object rather than the actual individual meshes. And so it's much more compressed. So if you're doing mobile, or for example, if you're doing a lot of VR stuff, you got to compress that to get that down the wire quicker. So those kind of things there. World Builder, Lumberjack, which I'm assuming is building vegetation, including modeling and all that kind of stuff, and also deformation tools. And I'm going to guess procedural in there as well. So yeah, there's a ton of tools that they're getting for free. Right. Well, in the $1.6 billion purchase that they're getting.
So that's wait a minute here. Is that going to be available as part of Unity for free?
What does it say? This represents just a glimpse in the breadth of this. Individually, these tools are capable of spectacular results, real power, part unified pipeline. These tools have been the foundation in long-running TV and film like Avatar, Black Widow, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Planet of the Apes, Wonder Woman, and the Suicide Squad, and many more. Wow. So I don't know if this is going to be like free, or if you like have to pay a little bit extra for the access to the tools.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, it could be that you only get it with a professional license. You don't get it with a free version. That's how they get you to get it's a lot of tool kit around there, and you got to be like prepared to spend a lot of time learning that pipeline.
So. Not very cool. Yeah. We could make our own film.
Could
if we could work it.
I mean, we could make our own film just now. We got tons of cameras.
That's true.
We've got 3.
The Super Kelly Brothers Blair Witch Project. Could do that.
Well, they did a good. They did a movie. What was it called? It was quite a short film, and it was a scary thing, and it was a a Zoom call thing. You ever see that one?
Oh yeah. No,
It was really
it wasn't
good.
that one. It was.
They did a seance.
No, it
They
wasn't
did a
that one.
seance, but it was over a Zoom call. Did you see that one, James? No.
No.
It was only about an hour long. It was absolutely brilliant. Really
Have you seen the
good.
John Cho one where he's trying to find his missing daughter?
No, I haven't actually.
I know
That's
what
good.
you're
I've heard
talking
it's
about,
good
but I've
for-
not seen it.
Yeah, that's good as
I've
well.
heard it's good.
But it's also, I think it was made after the Modern Family episode, which was also really good.
That was
And
good
it's
as
just,
well. Mhm.
just Claire sitting there for 22 minutes,
Yeah.
staring at a computer monitor.
That is
Really
Yeah,
a
that was
good
clever.
episode.
Yeah,
I know.
it's a great
Very
episode.
clever.
If that comes on TV, it's like, oh, I'm sitting watching this. It's a fantastic
Yeah.
episode.
For the 10th time.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Still worth it.
Yeah.
I also like the one with Phil when he appears on a kind of robot on an
Yes.
iPad and a robot on a
That's good.
stick.
Yeah.
On an
Yeah,
iPad.
quite
Virtual
clever stuff in
Phil.
that.
So funny. So funny.
Shall we talk Disney Plus days?
Yes.
Because we're 21 minutes in and we should probably get to that.
We'll get a
Was
lot.
everyone excited to get up and unwrap their Disney Plus Day present and then be like, okay.
Was anyone
Yeah,
else
there wasn't-
confused?
I was confused
No,
about the lack of content. It was like 2 movies and then that. I mean, there's a ton of trailers and things and they were all exciting, but like I thought there would be more things that they would.
More
Just-
things for you? You mean
Yeah,
more things for me?
Yeah,
More things for
me.
you, James?
I know. I feel lucky because I've got Faith that will just guide me through. She'll kind of there's a thing called if you're selling items, it's called the dark room scenario.
Uh-huh.
So you'll tell
Right.
someone what you're about to experience before you actually tell them,
Uh-huh.
before you actually show them. So so she says, "Dad, don't worry, it's going to be fine. This has happened and that's happened and that's happened, and now I'm going to show it to you." So she
Wow.
guides me through it. So
She does everything for you.
she does. She does. So I'm fine with everything. So I was expecting the full Obi Wan trailer, and she's like, "No, it's not that, Dad. It's just a bit of this." And he's chatting about that, and he misses Hayden Christensen. So on you go. And I'm like,
You see a
thank
bit
you
of his
for
eye.
me.
That's good enough for me.
Thanks,
Yeah.
love.
I watched it almost. I almost watched it. I did watch it live up to a certain extent once I realised, it was going to be a lot of Disney-fied stuff, which clues in the title, I know. But what was confusing for people is where can you see it? Is there an event? Is it is it on Disney Plus? Do you watch it on Disney Plus? But the way it was they announced the stuff on Twitter and on Instagram, and then if there was a trailer or a piece of film or something, it would then appear on Disney Plus. That's the way it happened, kind of thing. So it was a bit weird the way they did it for a kickoff, right?
I thought it'd
Seemed
be
a bit
all
odd.
in one bit. Like, you get the 6 things up the top there. I thought there'd be one underneath. It was like celebrating the Disney Plus anniversary, and it'd be a whole bunch of stuff under there. And it wasn't. It was like bits inside Star Wars. There was a couple of things inside Marvel. There was a couple of things inside Disney, and none of it made sense. For a start, Home Sweet Home Alone. I didn't watch it. Sam watched it. She said it was a terrible movie and it should be purged from the entire universe. Her words, not mine. But it was under Disney. But it was a 20th Century Fox production, so shouldn't it have been under Star? It didn't make any sense. Like where you find these things didn't make any sense. So it was. I like all the things that I saw, but it took me ages to collate all the things that I saw. It felt like it was doing a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, and I think I was surprised actually.
I don't have a helper helping me, James.
I know. Sorry.
I'll tell you what else. What I was surprised about. What I was surprised about was the fact that it was mainly a lot of logos that you saw for the movies, or just people talking about them, and not many trailers. I was expecting to see a whole bunch of new trailers. I was expecting to see an Obi Wan trailer. I was expecting to see a what do you call them? Andor trailer. I was expecting to see.
Yes, a lot of people were saying that. So, if you go into the Disney Plus website, you can download the press pack. So I did, I downloaded the press pack for Marvel, and this is what the press pack for Marvel consisted of. You ready?
Uh-huh.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it showed you like a couple of clips. The She-Hulk, you saw a bit of that. You saw a bit of Moon Knight. We've seen Hawkeye, obviously, a lot of the kind of full trailer and stuff.
There was
Not
a
much
couple of bits
else.
from Moon Knight in there with Oscar Isaac.
And it wasn't really great, the footage you seen him. It was a bit stabby, a bit kind of...
I know.
Yeah.
Half-hearted.
Wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit half-hearted. You think these guys on set would be told, we're doing this, it's important. You know, I know it's you might have to come away from a schedule or something and put something together, but just do it. Please, can you do it? Because going forward, the fans are going to be happy with this. And it feels like they're just like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be bothered doing that. You know, I'm not sure how much extra it would have taken, a day or two. But I don't know.
But, I mean,
I think... Go on.
Sorry, I was going to say that, I mean, they knew that this was going to happen a year ago. So it's not like it snuck up on them. I mean, admittedly, we were terrible.
There's a lot of these logos and announcements we've already seen.
So apparently, if you went to
the holiday special,
if you went to the park on the 12th, you got a hat, a badge, and something else as well. I can't remember what it was.
A pat in the back.
That was it as well. If you went, they had special photo sessions. So normally it's like $16 or something for photos for a photo pass for a day. I can't remember how much it is. But if you were a Disney Plus subscriber, you got in and got free like Disney Memory Maker type photographs for certain things for the show. Like no Mandalorian, which is one of the big shows. It's like, why would you not have that? Like, the Mandalorian pretty much is the one and only reason that people subscribe to Disney Plus.
Do you think it's because they've got to focus on one project at a time? So they're focusing on Book of Boba, so they did the Boba Fett under the helmet thing.
Maybe.
And they don't want to confuse the viewers or something by putting out Obi Wan. They maybe think that viewers can't handle.
Can I say something here, right? I think if Disney Plus Day didn't happen, I wouldn't have been that bothered. I still would have been devoted to Disney Plus. But it happened, and I'm a bit annoyed at them.
Yeah,
I know.
The opposite effect.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think Fandom does it. I think Warner Brothers does it better. To be honest, the whole Fandom
I think they did do it better, definitely.
Yeah, and even then, I thought Fandom was a bit rushed. I thought it wasn't. I thought it was like not enough.
Yeah,
totally agree. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, but I still think Fandom's better.
It was.
Yeah,
at least it looked like a kind of event thing instead of just stuff chucked up in Twitter and
Could they not have done like a mini, like they have this D23 thing that they have every 2 or 3 years, whatever it is. Could they not have done like a mini version of that and said, okay, this is what we're doing, and then maybe I don't know, make it a bit more special rather than having it as a day, have it as a week-long celebration. So have Marvel, like it's 6 days. So you get Disney, and all the other channels. I'm not going to name them all, but you know what I mean. You get all of those ones.
Yeah.
Do them all as a single day,
Yeah.
and then on the last day you release the big movie. So you release, Shang-Chi and Jungle Cruise, and that's the finale of that's the fireworks at the end of it. Is that celebration?
A proper event?
Yeah. And then that way
tell us what we're going to get.
Yeah, that's all.
So we're ready for it.
But have like those interview programs where it's like, you bring the stars on and go, oh, what's this show about, and do all that kind of stuff. But do that one a day until you run out of the things to do at the end of it, and then do the big celebration stuff. And then
that's what DC did.
Bob, if you're listening, this is how you run a company. Anyway,
there's a proper panel, all the cast and stuff like that, the directors and things, obviously. They all appeared and all that. Yeah. Not Eager.
No,
he knows what he's doing.
Eager's gone. Yeah.
His Uncle Bob's gone.
But the thing is, Chapek's a theme park guy, so he's like, just give them popcorn, and then that's it.
Yeah,
he's
he doesn't even appear. He doesn't even turn up at the premieres for the movies. Like Eternals, he never turned up for.
Really?
Nope.
crikey.
I mean, look, who is this guy?
Good film, actually.
Bob Iger would have turned up. He would have been there.
Bob Iger would have, yeah.
He's in a home now.
You say Iger, I say Iger. Was that?
I think no, I said
He's
Iger.
in a home now.
It's Bob Iger.
He is in a home for ex Disney employees.
Him and Walt Disney's head.
I was going to say he's
in a
getting
jar.
cryogenically prepared.
Yes, exactly.
I gotta
He's getting
say,
gel
Asleep.
squatted up his butt.
Bob Iger, I think, will go down as the second best CEO of Walt Disney Company. After
As
Roy.
opposed to Roy. Roy was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Roy was the man.
Yeah.
Roy is the man, and
Was it-
Bob.
There's actually a good documentary about all the kind of changes at Disney on Disney Plus. It's really interesting. Watched it a minute ago or so.
Mhm.
After Disney died and who took over and all that jazz. It's good.
Oh, and that's on Disney Plus, is it?
Yeah. Wish I could remember what it's called, but it was it.
It's kind of sad, actually, the story behind Roy. So Roy took over from Disney, and then finished off the Florida project, and then died.
But Roy,
Then he died.
are you meaning is that the young? He never took
No, the
over
older
fully.
brother. The older brother
He
did.
never took over. He never
No,
took over fully, though.
The older brother
Did
did. Not
Did
the
he?
son, not Roy Jr., but Roy Sr.
Did he?
Yeah, he finished off.
'Cause it was
Disney World and then died. Not
Aye, because there was a kind of random guy came in and
Mhm.
kind of shook things up a bit.
Yeah, there was the Miller and
Roy
some other
stepped
guy.
down.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow, so I mean, in the assault of all the things that we're looking at, if I just go back to where are we? Okay, let's do a rundown of the things that we saw as far as Marvel is concerned. So Hawkeye, obviously, we're going to get to see that in 2 weeks.
A couple of weeks, aye.
Yeah.
Yep,
not
next
sooner.
Thursday, whenever it is. Week on Thursday. Week on Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, day before Thanksgiving in the US.
Looking forward to seeing that, but that's not really an announcement for Disney Plus Day. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it.
I know. Right, there's number one. We knew about it. We've seen it already. Right. So to me, that's a nothing for Disney.
Yeah.
Zero points for Disney. Okay,
Moon
1
Knight,
point.
We should have had a finished trailer for that, not a behind the scenes cop out.
This thing here, the
Moon
Moon
Knight.
Knight thing.
Aye, yeah.
Oh, aye, a full trailer,
Yeah.
definitely.
A
100%.
trailer, yeah. Even if it was a short,
Uh-huh.
if it was a 20, 30-second thing, but something
Aye.
proper enticing. I don't want to see behind the scenes, not yet.
No,
That's
because
just,
also
that's just
it
Oh, no, you
felt
did
as
see
if
a
it was a
wee-
bit more finished.
I did
as
see a
well.
wee 20-second thing, did you not? A couple of wee clip
Also,
things.
in this list here, there's no mention of Loki season 2, but they announced it.
They did. Because I didn't see it, because you said, oh, Loki season 2, and I'm like, no, they've not announced that.
Yeah.
This was a joke, right? We knew about this. They
yes,
showed
I know.
this, and all you saw was
Big Fury.
Samuel L. Jackson turning
Have you-
round.
Have you seen? Have you seen the what are they called? Screen Crush and New Rockstars trying to decipher these?
God, really?
It's a blue background, so maybe it's set on Earth.
Oh, God. Right.
Agatha House of Harkness, which was announced months ago.
Mhm.
I'm hoping this is a musical.
That'd
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Ironheart, which other than the title, I'm gonna guess is maybe something to do with Iron Man. I don't know anything about
It's
Ironheart.
it's the young girl who takes over.
Okay.
I don't know. She takes over the armor and stuff.
Really?
Just a kid.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it should be. So
Not to be confused
Do you know what this is, James?
not
Do you know what
a
that
clue.
is?
by Echo
Okay.
or Hunter.
Rika. Tick.
Rika.
Tick. Remember those?
This was a joke as
It
well.
is.
This introduction.
We've seen this as well. We've seen this before
Yeah.
as well.
I know.
You know,
Ms. Marvel.
it's not an
It's
announcement.
like, okay. She-Hulk was also. What was the point?
No,
It did
it
not.
was just.
It did not pull me
Sick.
in.
I know.
Is She-Hulk a TV show? I take it.
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. At that
They were
point,
pulling
you
in
wanted to see a
the
finish.
David Banner strings, weren't they?
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
TV
but
series.
it still made me angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, you wanted to see. I would have said a proper finished trailer, which included obviously Smart Hulk and Matt Murdock.
Yep.
Yes. Well, the other thing, is you wouldn't want to see me when I'm angry. The thing about She-Hulk, if I remember the cartoons that was on, was it Glenn Michael's Cavalcade, whatever one it was, she never got angry. That was the point of her.
No,
was that she
I
was
know.
controlled.
But she in the books, she's always She-Hulk. Like she never was anything but She-Hulk.
Okay.
She didn't have to change. So when
so
she had
she
that
was
blood
like
transfusion and she got the blood
intelligent
from
Hulk.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
She was constantly. She could always be a lawyer, but she never changed back into anyone else. But
Right.
Into Princess Fiona.
exactly.
Marvel Zombies.
That's good. Wish
Which
that was
we-
live action.
It's got a kind of Adam's Family Monsters feel to it. Yeah,
It's an animation, is it not?
Yeah.
I
What
was just
if-
saying, I wish it was live action.
Season
right.
2, which of course they had to do season 2 because they showed a whole bunch of stuff from season 2 in the trailers for season 1. Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is another animation. I'm surprised they've got the rights to do Spider-Man as an animation, but okay.
Come on.
I know.
I Am Groot, which is going to be a kids
We
show,
hear about.
which I'm going to have absolutely zero interest in, but I'll probably watch the first episode and go, X-Men
I'll watch
97,
that.
which is
I will definitely watch that.
an old school Saturday
Aye.
morning cartoon version, which is why it's called X-Men 97.
Yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which they've been teasing for 3 years now. It seems like is this actually coming out this year?
I think it's a great idea.
It's a fantastic idea. I'm hoping it will reinvigorate Life Day. And
it's obviously
we'll
it's obviously going to be in the same sort of hopefully better than the Star Wars Holiday Special, but it'll be the same sort of vein. They might go tacky with it, which might be
better and worse, hopefully.
Aye,
that,
well,
Jim?
exactly. Better and worse, James is saying.
Right, yeah. Yes.
James is saying better or worse, dear.
What, dear?
Hello.
I need better headphones.
James was just saying there. Better or worse.
And that's it.
Yeah,
that's all they've got.
Hopefully they do go full on sort of tacky.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Aye.
A few song and dance routines.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I think if the credits to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 are anything to go by, they're fully capable of going like tacky to to a great degree.
This is the Future is Bright featurette that they did. Notice the playing time is 30 seconds. It's just a whole bunch of titles. It's like, who knocked this up in After Effects?
Why was Andor not mentioned in this?
It was mentioned.
It was the first one. It was the first one.
No, but that's all you see of Andor. There's no trailer, nothing.
No.
Did you see the logo to Prey?
There was one
there, just there. There's a called Prey. Do you know what that is?
No.
Yes,
Prey I do. Predator.
Tell us. Predator prequel.
It's a prequel, and it's set during the Red Indians, Native Americans era. Yeah.
So they're all about hunting and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, that looks good.
It does.
That does look good.
Is Disenchanted the sequel to Enchanted?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Yep.
There was one in here as well that I saw, and I was like, "Oh, okay." No, is that one there, which is Limitless with Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't know about that one.
I thought the Kenobi series was just called Kenobi, but it's called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'll tell you what, that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Okay.
So, looking at that advert, have you seen the, you got the TV show on Amazon Prime called The Boys?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you seen The Boys do their, as opposed to it being Disney Plus, their Voight Plus day?
No.
It's a Voight Plus. It's a total piss take of Disney Plus.
Where did you see that?
Just looking it up on YouTube. But it starts with
Really?
Homelander. Yeah, and it is the exact same advert as that, but it's the boys doing it. Or not the boys. It's it's the seven, the cast of the seven that are doing it, and they're totally poking much fun at Disney Plus.
Brilliant, loving it. The boys are it's so good. That series.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
Both series.
If you type in Voight Plus Day, it'll come up.
Wait.
Great.
Was it VAUGHT?
VOUGHT. No. Anyway, look up Voight Plus Day, however you spell Voight. It's only just released, obviously, just the day after.
Oh, has it just come out? All right, okay.
Here we go. Found it. Here we go.
Is it only a couple of minutes long?
I think it's 1 minute long.
It's 55 seconds. Let's just share the screen.
Slap it on.
Put it on here, and we'll see if we get a copyright strike
from Amazon.
Yeah.
With VOD Plus, you have the power to control the greatest content in the world.
Enjoy the action and the excitement of all your favorite VOD studio films and series. Plus,
stay informed with reliable news from people you can trust.
Never miss a game. 24/7 coverage of your favorite sports teams. Plus.
Nor.
Programs for women that tell the stories we want to see. Plus.
From urban beats to city streets. Shows that put diverse voices front and center. Plus.
Timeless stories of heroes who may be gone, but are never forgotten.
Plus. VOD Plus.
The world's premier super streaming service.
Sign up now.
Brilliant.
Quite good.
So what's quite funny is that they've obviously spent some time and effort thinking about that, and it feels like it's much more time and effort than Disney put into Disney Plus.
Totally. And that's them just taking the piss.
I know.
I know. Yeah. I'm more interested in Voight Plus, to be honest.
That's that.
Yeah. Where do we sign up?
I know. Yeah. And I'm all in on Disney.
Me too.
Fantastic.
Me too. Like you say, we were anyway. But could have been better. Come on, Disney.
So in other news as well, Disney noted they're 9% down in their share price, and it's because they thought they were going to get 10 million subscribers more than they did in this quarter, and they only got 2.1 million. So they're feeling the pinch as well. But I mean, the problem is with rapid growth is the fact that you get to that point. That inflection point before you need to, and now where do you go? Like you got to find other markets to
That's quite a thing though that they projected that much and they only get 80% less than what they projected.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which is why shares are down.
We should be properly excited. We should be properly pumped up by this.
Yeah,
they should have saved the trailer for the Book of Boba Fett for this. I mean, we only seen that a couple of weeks ago, but they should have saved that for this.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I'm going to put a CV in. I'm going to try and do a Disney Plus day next year.
Hey, pitch those day things. Pitch the 6 days, and then on the 7th day, do the big movie at the end of it. I mean, it's
why give them a couple of 3 films?
Yeah, but then you eke it out over the. I mean, it requires you a bit to do a bit more money. But I mean, it's
Aye.
you just get all you do is you get a couple of vloggers or podcasters or whatever it is, put them in front of a camera, get them to talk to celebrities, be starstruck by them, and then that's it. That's all you need to do. It's the same thing with the Star Wars Day, Star Wars celebration. That's all they do.
But why
Guys,
wasn't there Star Wars?
it's-
Why
it's-
wasn't there Star Wars stuff properly done for it?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I would say, guys, it's November 2020. I'm giving you a year's notice. I want all your trailers in about September of 2021.
Yeah.
And then we've got something. I'm going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. and then let's go for it. I'm going to give him a couple of free films and we're done.
Yep.
I'm voting for you, James.
That's it. I'll sort them out.
I'm in.
Pay the marketing.
I'm in.
Yeah. So, but it was disappointing. It was disappointing, and we shouldn't be disappointed.
No,
No, definitely not.
I mean, it's a good service. Although, did you watch The Simpsons Plus anniversary?
No,
I didn't.
Oh my god! I'm assuming Bob
I cringe.
Chapek
I cringe with the stuff. I cringe with the stuff they're doing in The Simpsons just now. I heard they added Goofy and all that into
Yep,
it.
that's exactly what
Mm.
happened.
Have
Yeah.
they?
They added
Oh,
Goofy
God.
and Mandalorian
Aye.
and
I cringe. I
Elsa
totally
and-
cringe. Aye.
the jokes were all awful as well.
Although I
it was
did watch a couple of those Olaf ones, the wee short Olaf ones.
You only watched a
Nice.
couple. You watched them all. You did not like them.
Aye,
No, I didn't like.
I loved them.
No, I watched them all.
I thought
I loved them.
I thought they were hilarious. I watched the
did
compilation
I.
one, which is 12 minutes. I loved the bit where it was like he was all happy and all that kind of stuff, and it would go in the corner, and then they died. It was always.
I thought it was great. I loved it. Aye. Aye.
As
And we
head of
watched the
marketing,
wee.
I still would have kept it in, but it's just not me.
It's gone
You got-
to his head now, Sloan. It's gone to his head.
James, you have to give the people what they want, and there's two people
Well, I would
here,
have given
and
it to
we're
them.
both saying,
You better run it by Faith anyway.
"That's right, yeah."
I know. Yeah, actually, she's the real.
Yeah.
She's the real kingpin.
Exactly.
Shall we get to? Do you want to talk more about Disney Plus days, or do you want to get to other stories?
Well,
Other
just what
things
did
we talked
everybody
about?
think? What did everybody think about the Obi Wan?
It's true. Yeah,
thing?
we never talked about the Obi Wan thing.
The
In fact,
2 minute
bring it up.
thing we got.
Would you want
Or
to?
was it a minute?
I think personally, I'm excited most about that.
Would you like me to Would you like me to play the minute and a half of Obi Wan Ben Kenobi?
Yes. Why not?
Because Disney doesn't seem to watch this.
Minute and a half
Only
too
time we
short,
get
but
a-
and no trailer. But I'll take what we got.
Ewan McGregor sitting in the toilet. That's what we
I'll
got.
take it. I'll take that. Take that. What's that? CT6969.
Stuff we've seen before.
Deborah Chow. Riding high. Odd we didn't see footage. It was just why did we only see?
No, it's all
sort of,
concept art.
production art. Bizarre. Because it's wrapped. It's finished filming.
I know.
Oh, has it?
There's a wee kind of training thing kicking about here,
Wrapped.
where him and Hayden are kind of facing in the same direction.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
This looks good.
I don't think Hayden's in this. I think the character. I think that's. Do you think that's Hayden in red?
I think that's Hayden. I think it is.
Yeah. All right.
Aye.
Depends because the guy's got tattoos. I don't know if it's the same tattoos as
Aye.
Ewan.
So you
I
go.
wasn't for it, man. But I just give us a trailer.
I think that there looks like some 12-year-old done it in a bedroom on TikTok. That's what that.
You're right.
Yeah,
I'm going to say a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So, aye, disappointing Disney.
Mhm.
Disappointing. I'd rather it not have been done.
just
Mhm.
ignore the celebration, or just just release the two movies. Happy anniversary!
Yeah.
Here's your two movies.
And I like the two movies being released, and I like the $1.99 for new customers for a month.
That's nice as well. Yeah, that's
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
yeah.
And then just leave the rest to me. I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna ignore it ever happened.
hmm
I know.
I think most people did.
Oh, the arms are crossed.
Oof. Shall we move on then?
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
That's not the thing I
Oh.
wanted.
Loki.
I saw green and I was like, "Oh, that's the what you're watching intro." It was not. It was Loki. Lucky he's getting a season 2, which is nice. But yeah. Who wants to go first? Jody, do you want to go first?
Aye, we'll go first. We watched. I'm such a bad parent. We watched John Wick on Friday.
Oh.
With Danny.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Aye.
I kind of regretted it.
Uh,
You always think to
really?
yourself, see when you've seen a film, you think that's not too bad. You could watch it, and until you're actually sitting with a 10-year-old watching that film, then you're like, this seems a lot worse.
yes.
But it's actually it's not that is violent and stuff, but I can't justify it. So I wish I hadn't told you now. But anyway, we watched that on Friday.
You're being judged right now.
I'm being judged. You'll be very silent.
Heavy bread. My arms are also crossed.
Oh no. Yeah, we watched that. We've got Apple TV now, so I've been kind of blasting that.
So
And
you just plug the HDMI directly into a Granny Smith.
Aye, that's it.
Nice.
There you go.
Do you know of Apple TV, James? Have you dabbled?
I know of it. We subscribe to it, but for whatever reason, I've not really sat and watched it.
All right.
We bought an Apple
I've been
product, and you
watching-
get it. You get 6 months free, and then
Oh, do you?
A year?
automatically-
I think it's a year.
a year. But
Yeah.
I've not stopped it then, so
Mhm.
I'm just currently paying £6 a month for it. So
All right, you should start watching it.
I've watched the
We
Beastie
watched
Boys
that.
documentary, which was mega.
That was good. I watched that. I've started watching that Invasion TV show. Kind of blasting it actually, although nothing's really happening in it. I'd
Slow
say
burn.
pacing wise, it's a bit more pacey than In the Loop, which is not saying anything.
What's in the loop?
Not In the Loop. Oh God, what was it called?
That's the one with Malcolm Tucker, isn't it?
The Prime show, Tales from the Loop. Is it?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know the one? Aye,
Yeah,
that
Tales from the
was-
Loop. Yeah, with
exploded.
Jonathan Price.
Yeah. Aye, it's keeping me interested.
Mhm.
I'd say that much for it. And then I've started watching Ewan McGregor The Long Way Up with Charlie Boorman.
Nice. That's the
What
one that
a
on
charm.
the.
The what?
That's the one that on the electric bikes they go up from Terra
Aye,
del
aye, aye.
Fuego to
Aye,
America. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it electric
What a
BMWs or
charming-
is it electric Harleys? What are
Harleys.
they on?
Live
Yeah,
wire.
Harleys,
Electric
aye.
Harleys.
Aye.
Yeah.
First of their kind, I think.
And also the
Yep.
trucks that they use, the support crew, they went to this company called Rivian, and Rivian now sells the trucks. It's been like 2-3 years, whatever it is, since they recorded that show, but they now sell those trucks, and they are really
Yeah.
nice trucks.
But they
The
were
electric ones.
prototypes when they were
Yeah.
using them type thing.
Yeah.
It was the first ever built.
Mhm.
What a charming man Ewan McGregor is, isn't he?
He's lovely.
An absolute gem of
Yeah.
a man.
He's
Charlie
very-
Brooker, Steve-
He's very
do you not think?
bon ami as well.
Do you not think Charlie Brooker seems a wee bit down in this?
So
Just
for the
his normal-
first-
I've only watched 3. I'm on the 3rd episode.
Yeah,
but
I would say for the first
I've
3
watched loads
episodes,
of-
he's a bit
I've watched loads of Charlie Brooker. Man.
pissed off.
Sorry,
The thing is, he can't. So he's
Charlie
injured.
Berman.
Charlie Berman.
Yeah.
He's injured, so
Uh-huh,
he's not really feeling it. So every bump, I think,
Aye.
hurts him.
You
But
can
by
tell.
the time he gets to the halfway up Argentina, I think he starts to get into it
Aye.
again.
He's just not
Um,
his usual jovial self. I've watched
No,
pretty much everything he's ever done. Because
Mhm.
I blasted like everything he did a few months ago there. And then this is new to me, but no, it's been good, been great. Highly recommend it. And I think that's probably me. I'm sure I've got other stuff. Oh, we started trying to watch that. Well, we watched I Walk the Line, you know, the Johnny Cash one. We've seen that before. Good film.
You watched Eternals,
And-
did you not say?
Sorry, Eternals. Went to the pictures to see Eternals, yeah. And
Memorable movie, by any chance? Was it?
well, exactly. I'm a bit on the fence about it. I think as a movie, it was pretty spectacular looking and stuff like that, but it was quite dull. I thought, and I know folk have said it's their favourite Marvel movie and stuff because it's so deep and things like that, but it didn't really ring with me at all.
Mhm.
You saw it, James, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I
Did you
think I
enjoy
was
it?
expecting something. I did enjoy it, yes, but it was down to what your expectation is. And I've just heard so much about it, and I thought the trailers looked rubbish, and I thought I wasn't going to be into it, and I thought it looked mundane, and there'd be the odd I thought there'd be the odd action sequence that I wouldn't care about, but it would look nice. But I really, really enjoyed it. I really, really liked it and connected to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And I didn't think I'd be saying that right now. I thought I would just be hating on it a lot.
I thought a lot
And
of
the
it didn't
time,
make
I was
sense.
intimidated. I was intimidated by how long it was as well.
I can't really say because it's spoiler territory, but the kind of flip with the one of the characters, I thought made no sense whatsoever. Anyway,
I liked. I did. I liked it a lot better than I thought it would be because I thought it was going to be not my bag, not rubbish, but just not my bag. But I ended up really, really quite liking it.
Yeah, I thought that there was no bad guy in it either. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't a force that they were fighting against that was really tangible, and you felt kind of for at all that they were in danger. I just felt as if it was kind of, they're going to get through this, and I just felt as if the drama wasn't there for me as well.
Fair enough. But I think it's fared a lot better on. I didn't realise there was like a couple of different scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
you've got the
that's
Rotten
right.
Tomatoes score, and then you've got the audience score.
Aye,
and the audience scores, like critics scores poor, but the audience scores like so much better.
Critics scores about 30 something, and the audience is about 80 something. Yeah,
It's resonated with the audience.
Yeah.
So, which I quite like.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get why that's the way it is.
It's very much sci-fi movie.
Yeah, and it could easily be a standalone. Like it could easily have nothing to do with the MCU.
So
I think sometimes that would help.
So it's
sometimes I think sometimes that would help if it was like just a stand. It doesn't need to be to do with they all know what's been going on and stuff, and they kind of do that in the movie. They're like, oh, so why didn't you show up when the Avengers were in trouble? Oh yeah, but we don't do that. We don't step in unless it's blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then, why didn't this happen? Because of this. You're like, oh, okay.
Sloan, what were you saying?
I was just going to. I mean, you mentioned so it's 3 hours long or whatever it is.
Two and a
half hours long. Like, how does it compare pacing wise to Dune?
I prefer Dune completely. What about you, James?
I think I thought if you liked Dune, you would definitely like Eternals. And I'm not saying it's the same film. I'm just talking pacing wise. That's what I thought. I prefer Eternals.
Dune. Much prefer Dune. I think
interesting to find out what everyone else thinks.
I think Dune kept you interested more than Eternals did, and I just felt as if there was a danger there. There was proper danger, for the protagonists. So
I haven't seen it. I didn't bother going to see it this weekend. Sam went to see it last night with her friends.
What did she say about it?
And she said she didn't really like it. And then she said, "You know me, I like anything," which is not good. So
well, we can't take her word for it then.
well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. She just said that she didn't really like. There was like two characters in the whole movie that she liked and was rooting for, and they ended up dying or not moving on. And so,
who did you go? Who did you go and see it with, James?
I went to see it with Faith and Shay, who's my nephew, and Jay. Obviously, she's been here before.
Aye.
So
what did they think?
Faith loved it, really, really liked it, and Jay really, really liked it. And I think Shay was maybe expecting a superhero movie, which it was, but you had to dig deep for the superhero-ness for it. So, but they both loved it. Jay and Faith.
Really? I just didn't. It didn't land for me at all.
It's quite inclusive. It's quite diverse.
Really?
It's quite. I think it could be mistaken for being a beige film, and I don't think it is a beige film. But I think a lot of people are mistaking it for being quite beige, and I don't think it is. I think it's the best speedster we've ever seen. I think it's the best version of Superman, even though, I mean, they call it out. They call him actually Superman.
Yeah,
I think it's the best version of Superman. I think it's the best version of a speedster that we've seen. I like the relationships. I like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. But I didn't think I'd ever watch it again. Going into it, I think it was shite, but it wasn't, in my opinion.
It's weird, isn't it? How folk are really seeing it differently, isn't it? It's weird.
I know it is polarizing.
If that makes it a good movie.
Very.
Yeah.
It's weird. If I heard that,
Definitely didn't feel.
If I was you, Sloan, if I heard me and James talk that way about it, I'd be like, right, I need to see this, even myself.
No, I mean,
definitely doesn't feel like a Marvel movie.
I'm going to go and see it because it's the MCU, and I feel at this point, it's a completionist thing at this for me. So I have to go and see it. I'm not feeling the same way about the TV shows though. There's certain TV shows where I'm like, I don't know if I need to, like, this feels standalone-y, kind of, I don't need to go and see it type thing. But yeah, definitely going to go and see Eternals at some point, but maybe I'll just wait until it's on Disney Plus.
Okay, fair enough.
James?
So yes, Eternals, which we've just discussed. Myself and Heidi have been watching Halloween 2018, and I know she's a 13-year-old, but we are just into it, and it's just we're celebrating the stabbiness of it.
Shocking.
I know.
Stabbiness.
I thought if
you thought I was bad with John Wick,
Danny, John Wick, I can admit to this. So we've been watching that, enjoying it. We've been rewatching WandaVision, which is absolutely phenomenal. By the way, brilliant. It is absolutely phenomenal. So tonight we've just finished episode 6. So it's done the wee kind of Agatha Harkness montage, musical montage thing, which is absolutely brilliant. So I recommend going back and revisiting that. And it also reminded me of all the times we kind of sat down and spoke about, done the kind of reaction videos to it.
Yeah.
And I think what's been taking up most of my time is Deep Space Nine. I've been absolutely annihilating Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
I watched that episode that you suggested, not the uniform one, but the Wharf on Trial one. It was a good episode. That one.
The uniform one
Command?
Is also
Chain of Command.
One
of those. Anyway, can't remember.
Something like that. So the one that I've watched recently that I've kind of recommended to you is the uniform one, where they had like the Defiant is really kind of like it's like Superman being like nothing can touch me. Well, that's boring then if you're going to win every battle, and the Defiant is set out to win every battle. Yeah. So they had this guy Edrington, who was the head of security, and he had been like an imposter for a year and a half. So he's been sabotaging the Defiant for a year and a half. So the time where they need it the most, it failed spectacularly. So they bring it back to DS9, and it takes a month to try and get it back to normal. Then this guy takes Cisco's job to hunt down this saboteur, and Cisco takes it really bad. And there's like a really amazing scene in one of the holosuites where he's punching some bag, some kind of boxing bag. The sweat's pouring off him. Drax is holding the bag, and he's like, I can't believe I've basically lost this job. Like I'm still a captain, but I've lost my job.
Yeah.
And this other smarmy guy's away off in this like I don't know, Galaxy class, like Federation starship, hunting down Edrington. But he gets absolutely gubbed by this guy. So all of a sudden, they've got no starships that can compete with it. And Cisco's like, we've got something that'll compete with it. But they go into the Defiant, which is absolutely like destroyed at this point. Not destroyed physically. There's not like Bastion panels, but they have to operate it differently. And the story's just so compelling and brilliant. And anyway, that's a standout story. And I recommend you go back and watch it.
Okay.
But I'm absolutely annihilating DS9. That's it.
Cool. But I watched Simpsons Plusiversary, which is 10 minutes, maybe 5. I can't remember how long it was, but it felt like 4.5 hours of just bad joke after bad joke of just the destruction of the Simpsons and other Disney products. It's just I don't know what they're thinking of doing. Just please stop doing these things. It's not funny and it's not clever.
It sounds money grabby.
It's but in a very, very shallow. It's almost like they're trying to be like tongue in cheek, like haha, aren't we funny? We've got all this access to all this intellectual property and look what we can do with it, and it's just not funny. It's not like I don't like some of the things that they do with properties like the Star Wars dance off and things like that. I don't know. These things that annoy me. It's because when you think Darth Vader, you don't think Electric Boogaloo. You think mass murdering, complete nut job for the Empire type guy. You don't think of him as being that kind of and I hate it's just a weird association. Anyway, I watched Olaf Presents, all 12 minutes of it. It was hilarious. I don't know whether it's Josh Gad or just the whole situation, but I find him funny. He's the reason I got through Pixels, because I if you close your eyes, you can imagine Olaf is saving the world, which is great. Especially the bit where he's giving the dress down.
So many times.
I know.
It's a big hit in our house.
You know the bit where he's giving the soldiers the dress down.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and imagine that's Olaf doing it. It's hilarious.
I'll do that next time.
Yeah, it's great. Under the Helmet I watched as well, which is okay. It was like this is special.
I thought it was quite good actually.
It was okay. It was nice seeing what's his name, Jeremy Bullock. Because obviously he played Boba Fett. In fact, he was an Imperial officer, and he was also in one of the prequel movies as well. He played a pilot, which I didn't know, but I found out in Under the Helmet.
Well, I felt it was interesting. There was a lot of information we didn't really know and stuff. And that, gave you the proper history. First time Boba Fett was ever revealed to the public, it was in a bloody
parade. It was like some festival parade, Marin County Parade or something.
Bizarre.
So I mean, there was interesting bits in it. It was better than Disney did one of these. There's the same company that does the movies that made us. Disney did a version of that. It's the same production company, and so it's the exact same thing. But it just didn't. It just felt like it was a knockoff. I know it's them, but it just felt like it was a knockoff. It was better than that. I've been blasting through Seinfeld. That's pretty much what I've been watching this week. I'm up to almost season 6. And Invasion, I'm up to episode 6. With that one, I really like it. You've met the Doctor.
I was right up to date. I was right in episode 5, so I'm assuming
Oh,
episode
okay.
6 just came out recently.
Yeah,
Did
it
it?
just came out on Friday.
Aye.
Uh,
So
the Doctor's my favorite character. I think she's fantastic. She's really like she feels real. She makes real decisions, and she's not dumb. And like she's not like don't go into the broken house, that kind of stuff. She doesn't do that. And so yeah, she's great.
She took it up, James. Pick up your Apple.
Yeah,
thing and
you should watch
it.
Invasion. It's really good.
There's a few good things on there.
Foundation's
Tom
also
Hanks
on there as well, which also been watching as well. I was in episode 9. The season finale's next week. Man, I'm gonna miss that show. I'm gonna have to go back and watch episode 1 again. It's a great show. Jared Harris is in it. The guy from that 4-episode Chernobyl special they did. And Red Notice. I watched Red Notice on Friday. That was our Friday night movie. Normally we watch a James Bond movie, but Friday night came round and we're like, oh, Red Notice is out. So we watched that, which is Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, Gal Gadot, I should say, and Dwayne Johnson. And it's made for Netflix. It was going to be a Universal Pictures thing, but they balked at the idea because of the pandemic. And it's okay. It's not the best movie ever made. I don't think anyone's in any illusions that it's the best movie ever made, but it's funny enough. Ryan Reynolds doesn't quite play the same character that he normally does, so he's not really Deadpool in a tuxedo this time round. I know you guys are completely unimpressed by Ryan Reynolds, but it's okay. I know he plays the same character.
Lately, and I've seen him in some great stuff. That he's, Buried and stuff like that. He was cracking in. And you forget that he seems to play the same character every time since Deadpool. For some reason, that kind of.
This one's slightly different. He plays. He's still got the smart aleck thing about him, but he's. Talking about Josh Gad, it feels like a Josh Gad character. I don't know if I can.
To me, what I've seen of it sounds as if he's the same as what he was in the last few movies.
Yeah, it sounds like that, but then when you see him in the movie, he's much different to that. It's okay. It's kind of like a heist movie. It's not quite Thomas Crown Affair, but it's. There's a couple of times where they mention that it's close to Indiana Jones, and there's a kind of National Treasure feel to it as well, which kind of kept my interest as well. But the guy that wrote it, he also did Dodgeball, True Underdog story. Yeah, so I liked it. I thought it was okay. It gets like 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it was fine with me. It's like, I wasn't looking for something to stimulate my mind and senses. If I was doing that, I would have watched Dune again. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Red Notice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Just have a couple of beers, take your brain out, put it beside the popcorn, and you'll enjoy it.
Good.
I'm up for that.
It's eye candy.
Fair enough.
He also whistles the Indiana Jones theme at one point, which is funny.
Always good. Always good.
Yeah. And he also mentions MacGuffin, which made me laugh. Because that's essentially what they're doing, is finding MacGuffins.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Anyway, thank you all for listening to us. If we made a mistake, don't forget to comment below and correct the thing there. Smash the old like button and share. Don't bother hitting the dislike button because your count doesn't mean anything to us. So,
I'm good for that.
I know, because we get so many likes and dislikes. It's unbelievable. And if you got this far and you want timely reminders of when we put on, you like what you saw and you want timely reminders, then smash the old subscribe button and notification bell, and YouTube will work its algorithms and let you know when we upload a new video, which is pretty much every Sunday now. But yeah, I think that's us. And we're all clear, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.
Cool.
Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
Cheers.
See ya.